Hey everyone, and of course, welcome to the next edition of Forum Bites. In this episode, we're back in Boston, Massachusetts at Endicott House, which is the location for the KEP program, which is a key executive program. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the 10 things that everyone should have in their constitution. Recommendation number 1. The first thing you should have in your constitution is a vision, values and mission statement. This of course is where the forum actually states where they're going and what they're about, which is really important as a compass for the forum. And most forums also take this opportunity to name their forum. Rather than just having a number, they pick a name that means something to them. Recommendation number 2, confidentiality. This of course is where the forum states what confidentiality means to them. In other words, as you know, what's said in the room stayed in the room, but this part of the Constitution also states what happens if confidentiality is breached. What is the process going forward to mend the forum, as well as what may happen to a member who deliberately breaks confidentiality. Recommendation number 3, attendance guidelines. This of course is where the forums state what attendance looks like for them. Are people allowed to miss forums? What happens if they miss forums? Can they dial in via Zoom or some other program? Do they have to be present to be able to be part of that forum? Recommendation number 4. This of course is where the forums state what a retreat actually looks like to them. How often do they hold it? Where do they hold them? How long does it go for? And who needs to come along? Item number 5 for your recommendation for your constitution. I know I had it.
Gestalt.
Of course it is. Gestalt. Putting into your constitution what Gestalt means to you, obviously as you know, sharing experiences, not opinions, is one thing, but how do you manage your Gestalt within your forum? Making sure that you have perhaps a Gestalt manager within your forum. How do you manage someone when they break Gestalt? And how do you make sure everyone follows that process? Recommendation number 6. This of course is where forums put into their constitution a communication expectation. This is where the forum members outline what the communication guidelines are going to be for their forum. For example, what forum members are going to talk to each other between forums. Some forums have goal buddies and they speak every week or of course every fortnight. What is the expectation if a forum member calls another forum member? How quickly should they call them back? How often should updates be done? What type of communication happens between forum? And everything else the expectations of the forum has for communication. Recommendation number 7. This is where the forums put into their constitution a conflict resolution process. In other words, when conflict arises within the forum, what do they do? Who's going to be involved? How are they going to handle it? And when are they going to be doing it? The conflict resolution is important to make sure that whatever conflict arises is fixed promptly. Recommendation number 8. Do you allow people to do business between each other that are in the same forum? How much are they allowed to invest in each other, and what is the activity if people do business together? When do they disclose it? This is one thing that a lot of people forget to put in their constitution is really important, because it's hard to be able to put these things in after the fact. Recommendation number 9. How do you actually bring in new members? Within the Constitution, a lot of people put in there what the process is for actually bringing new members into your forum. How do you bring them in? When do you orientate them? How do you integrate them into your forum? And what does it mean to your retreat? Recommendation number 10. The last part a lot of people put into their constitution is exit interviews. What is the process for people actually leaving your forum? How do they do it? What type of exit interviews do they need to do before they leave? Just to round off their forum experience. Now I know I said there was only going to be 10 items, but I wanted to add one more of my own. Of course, naturally, as you know, reviewing the Constitution is important, but it's amazing the amount of times you see people not having it in there when it's going to be reviewed. It's great to have in your Constitution when it's going to be reviewed, who's going to review it, and more importantly, how is it going to be reviewed. Now, I've got a very quick lunch I need to get to now for the KEP program, so as always, if anyone's got any comments, please leave them below. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and punch that button now, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Recommendation number 5. I had it. That's when you come in. Take 2. All right, now this is where the practice comes in. We are professional at this. All right.